Travis Kelce and proposes to Taylor Swift. News at 11. For the rest of us normal people, this is Jack Toledano speaking for All or Nada, according to Jack. And I have a very special guest tonight, Rich Catino, who I believe you write for Brave Words, is it?
Brave Words, Metal Asylum, which we're on Facebook, and the Metal Hall of Fame.
Oh, very nice. So how you doing, Rich?
Good, good. Summer's been good. How about you?
Oh, hanging in there. It's
Yeah.
it's been awesome. Yeah. So I have a home base on Long Island and I have a second place upstate. And I was actually driving home a few weeks ago, and I'll get into this more as we go through our lists. But that's how I got this idea that we're gonna talk about tonight.
When you were
Basically,
driving?
what's that?
When you were driving, you got the idea?
When I was driving and listening to one of my playlists. Yeah, and I'll
Okay.
tell you all
What
about.
what playlist was that? Did it have a topic or just random?
I'll tell you in a few minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a certain band, but it's
Okay.
basically the topic we're going to talk about tonight is what I deem the perfect metal song, and we're going to give you our top 10 metal songs. So
Right.
Rich is going to first. He's going to give us our well-known household top 10 metal songs that he deems the perfect metal song,
Right.
and my definition of the perfect metal song, these songs are all heavy. There is nothing, as
Mm.
Ted Nugent once said, this guitar doesn't play any sweet shit. And there is no sweet shit in my lists. I want something that's gonna rip my face off. So
Yeah. My first list, because remember I told you I did two, because it was there's so many songs I think are perfect for different reasons, but all the ones I have on my A list are all heavy too. I didn't throw in any ballads because there's a lot of ballads that are heavy that are great. That's why they call them power ballads.
right. Yep.
So
Okay.
I didn't do that on list A. So you want me to tell you how many? You want me to run through all 10?
Yeah. You go through your 10, then I'll go through my 10, and then you go through your secondary list.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I did the 10 on my A list, I went with the household names, and I went with the bands that everybody knows, and the bands that they invented metal. Whether it's the proto metal like Zeppelin and 70 Sabbath and Kiss and Alice Cooper and Purple and all those bands, which were still hard rock with that heavy edge, but their guitar sounds, right, were very heavy for the time. That was your proto metal. It laid the
Right.
groundwork for what everybody did later. So I went with them, and then that's mostly as I'm looking at this, all the influences, the guys that laid the groundwork. So Iron Maiden's one of them. I put two for them. I mean, I could have done a dozen, but I went with I'm going to tell you the two. I did the Trooper and Number the Beast, because the
Nice.
Trooper's got the twin guitars and the galloping that Maiden's known for, and
Mhm.
Number the Beast because it's the darker and more dramatic, and it's got the spoken word opening that leads into it, and then it kicks in. So I went with early stuff. I even put Murders in the Room Work too, because that's another one that builds up.
Right.
Then it launches right into it. So we got two or three right there from Maiden.
Okay.
Kiss, I went with the first Kiss album. I picked Black Diamond.
Nice.
Because it's not your typical Kiss, simple two verses, a solo, another verse of the chorus type of thing. But then I picked a straight ahead rocker like Strutter.
Oh,
Simple to the point, catchy, and both songs kind of are the two sides of Kiss, because Kiss is not just all about, simple, straight ahead, catchy songs. They do have range and dynamics to a lot of especially their 70s songs. So Black Diamond, Strutter. So Sabbath, that was tough, but I picked an Ozzy song. I went with Children of the Grave.
nice. Love
You know,
that song. Yep.
classic Iommi riff. You
Yep.
know, you know. Yeah. Yep. Had to go with a Sabbath song. Zeppelin, another one that laid the blueprint. Whole Lot of Love.
Oh, okay.
Another perfect song, right?
That's one of my lesser favorites, but that's
Okay.
otherwise I love Zeppelin too.
Yeah, I love the albums of Led Zeppelin too.
Yeah.
That's my album. Had to pick a Purple song, Deep Purple. Went with Speed King.
Nice. Okay.
Love that distorted guitar, heavy guitar sound he had.
Yep. Yep.
At the time.
No question. Yeah.
Yeah. Priest I picked too because they have their two sides as well. So Victim of Change is obviously
Right.
very epic and dramatic. But then you got the Hellion into Electric Eye with the
Okay.
the twin guitars and
Yep.
your 80s traditional metal of Priest. So
Seen them open with that a number of times.
yeah, same here. So that's an obvious one. Then I had to go to my hair metal, glam metal. I gotta stop saying hair metal, but I'm so used to it and I hate it. But whatever, call it what you want. It's still great.
But they
So
didn't have short hair back then.
who?
The glam metal bands. They all had this teased hair to the moon type deal.
Yeah, yeah. But it was hair metal because the hair, like you said, but it was more glam. That was what it was called at the time. Was glam metal.
Right.
They called it hair metal, later in the '90s. So of course, Twisted Sister, you can't stop rock and roll.
Ah.
Pre
Yep.
we're not going to take it, and I want to rock.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't stop rock and roll is what 83, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know the exact year.
Under the blade might be 82. So I think you can't stop rock and roll came out in 83. Yeah, because
Being a Long Islander, I saw them a bunch of times in their early days. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I love that song. I love the video. It's such a metal anthem. Perfect song. Another band, I actually put two at a tie because they were so important for breaking through to radio. Do you think you can guess who the two bands are?
Right.
Same era, 83, 84.
Uh,
Huge anthems.
Scorpions?
No, in the hair glam
Except,
metal genre.
no. Oh, hair metal. Bon
At
Jovi.
They came a couple years later.
Uh,
Quiet Riot with.
Motley Crue.
I was going to put them, but Quiet Riot was before that with Mental Health.
Oh, okay. Good song.
So I did a tie for them for number 8 with Def Leppard. You can't go wrong with, their MTV success,
right,
as well as going to radio. Both bands.
And which song by Def Leppard?
Rock of Ages.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, both very important. So I had to put those two. So I got a couple that are ties here. It's
okay.
unavoidable.
So you put a few
Halen. Of course, Van Halen, the first Van Halen album.
Right.
Totally set the blueprint. Eddie's guitar playing, Dave's stage presence, his attitude for all the bands that came out of LA and the East Coast and everything else after, right? So I put down Atomic Punk.
That's a favorite of mine.
Nice and heavy and driving,
Yep.
But that first Van Halen record is just incredible.
Well, of course. Their first two albums are the best, yeah.
Yeah, so influential to everything that came later. And last, I went with Metallica. Of course, another household name. And I was going to go with something from Kill 'Em All, like the Four Horsemen or Seek and Destroy. It's a great album. It's rough, it's raw, it's edgy, but I went with Ride the Lightning.
Nice.
The song. Because the song, Ride the Lightning.
Album I love, yeah.
Yeah. The song, though, showed more of their musical chops and their range. Like the dynamics, but the heaviness and the thrashiness.
Right.
So I put Lightning. I could have done Puppets too, but Lightning predates it.
Yep. Okay. Very cool.
So those are my 10 bands. Like I said, I got a couple ties because it's unavoidable, and sometimes two choices because, like I said, they're just these names are so important, right?
Right. Okay. That's very cool. Thanks for that, Rich. So we'll get back to you for another list, but so we're going to get to mine. So basically, how I came up with this idea. So I was driving home I'm basically, you have to go up the throughway to exit 27. And then from there, it's about another 45 minutes. But coming home, after I pass, Ramapo, it routes me through New Jersey. So I'm driving through Paramus, New Jersey, and window shopping at 50 miles an hour as I drive through there. And and I have an episode that's going to premiere tomorrow night. It's going to be my 90-minute best of for Metallica. And I was actually listening to that. And one of the songs, I'm listening to that song and I'm thinking, that's like the perfect riff to me. It may not be the best song, but it's the perfect riff because it's
Right.
just slow and prodding and very heavy. And
Okay.
I'm maybe I so first thing I thought of is maybe I'll pose the question on my Facebook,
Right.
and then Rich, he's like, no, maybe you might have an episode out of this. So I invited Rich, and here we
Yeah.
are.
Thank you. Yeah.
So when we get to number 5, that's going to be the song that popped this idea into my head.
Okay.
But before we do that, so I want to thank everybody who participated, and of those people who participated, 3 bands bubbled up to the top. Guess which ones?
Wait, these are the ones that you're picking, or from people's choices?
Well, these are from people's choices that
Right.
the top bands. So there's 3
Okay.
bands that bubbled up to the top.
So you want me to guess the 3 that people chose
Yeah,
the most selections from? You mean?
yeah, the bands. Yeah, if you think you can guess,
Uh, I'm going to say Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, definitely.
you got 2.
And the third one, give me a decade.
70s.
I knew it had to be somebody earlier. Kiss.
Sabbath.
Sabbath. That was my next choice.
Okay, so you got 2 out of 3, which is very
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, Priest had 12 selections. Maiden and Sabbath were tied for 7 each.
Okay.
So now for my list, I did 1 song per band. I didn't want to have too many one band hogging all the glory. So my number 10 is possibly the heaviest riff that Uriah Heep ever did. Now
Ooh, good man.
I
For
had
sure.
never heard this song until I saw Pete mention it on one of his programs.
Uh-huh.
So then I went and listened to the song and I fell in love with it. Free and easy.
Oh, cool.
And they played it last year, which was fucking awesome.
What album is that from?
I don't know, but it's like from 76 or 77.
I'm going to look it up while you're talking. Go ahead.
Sure. And basically, it's almost like he's playing arpeggios. He's just like going back and forth on the strings, and at least that's the way he plays it on stage. Yeah.
I think the last time I saw them, they were with Judas Priest, I want to say.
Right. Well, I saw them with Saxon last year.
Okay.
What a great show.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
go ahead, keep going. I'm going to find this song. What's it called again?
Free and Easy.
Free and Easy. Is it on this album? No, it's not. It's earlier, I want to say. Return to Fantasy, maybe?
Possibly. Well, actually, I'm going to look it up in my.
I'm digging. I'm figuring it's going to be from something like Free and Easy. Not on this one. The Magician's Birthday or something. But
go-to album, Innocent Victim, 1977.
oh, all right.
Yep.
I wasn't going to guess that one. I was thinking a little earlier. Okay.
Yep. So
that's cool.
That's my number 10. My number 9 is another very early band. So we had the triumvirate of the 3 very hard rock bands that started metal. I think both in agreement on that. Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, yeah.
So I chose Deep Purple as my number 9, and it's off of an album that ironically was released on my birthday, Deep Purple in Rock.
Cool. And that's where my choice was from. Speed King was on that album.
Yep. And it is the last song on the album. It is like very heavy. Richie and John Lord trade riffs on the electric guitar and the Hammond organ that he's playing through a Marshall stack. The song "Hard Loving Man." That is to me, that's almost like a perfect prototype metal song.
Yeah.
Except instead of having a second guitar, you got the Hammond organ.
Keyboard, yeah.
Which John Lord's killing it
on. Yeah.
So that's my number 9. My number 8, I think I love this band. When I first heard them, they sounded like a Judas Priest sound-alike, but I think they've since formed an identity of their own. I'm talking Primal Fear band that I
Yes, I know they're one of your favorites.
yes. So I had a hard time choosing. So it was one of four songs. There was a
Can you
song.
give me an album and I'll tell you. I'm going to see if I'm going to pick it. Give me the album.
Oh shit! What's the name of the album? Unbreakable. The album's called Unbreakable.
Oh, really? Interesting. I thought you would have gone a little bit earlier than that.
Well, you know what? I love their early stuff, but you know what? For me, that was a great comeback album of theirs. So
Yes, I agree. Hold on, I'm going to go to the track listing. Give me a second.
sure,
Unbreakable. Interesting.
yeah.
I would have gone with something from Nuclear Fire or maybe Devil's
I
Grab.
almost did go with something from Nuclear Fire. I mean, "Eye of an Eagle" was my favorite song for the longest time.
Yeah.
That and two songs off of Black Sun, the title track and the song "We Go Down in Fire."
Yeah. I like Fear too.
Yep.
So, all right, I got Unbreakable track listing here.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it's not Metal Nation because it's too much of a standard anthem.
Right. It's a
Um,
great song though.
I'm gonna say, huh, either Strike or Give 'Em Hell.
Strike.
Nice.
And take no prisoners.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a wonderful riff that they
Yeah.
open the song with? I
Yep.
love songs like that that are just like very quick and to the point.
And
Get you
Primal Fear
right
is great
into
at doing that.
what's that? I'm sorry.
Primal Fear is great at doing that.
Yeah, yes. So Strike is my number 8. I've fallen in love with that song.
Uh-huh.
Now number 7, I know this band is a little bit maligned because of January 6th and John Schaefer got caught up in that, but I still love their early stuff. I'm talking Iced Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a song that was originally sung by their vocalist Randall Shaver, but
Okay.
it was redone by Matt Barlow on the
Days of Purgatory.
Days of Purgatory. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna try and guess that as well.
Yep. Hold on. I'm gonna go to their discography. So you're taking it from
Days of Purgatory. Yes.
Days of Purgatory. Let me go to find
But it's
that.
an older song that Matt Barlow redid.
Yeah. All right. Well, I remember there's two CDs. Is it on CD1 or CD2?
CD1.
Uh-huh. Oh my God. This is so hard. There's so many great songs.
Oh yeah.
Angels Holocaust, Storm Rider, Winter Nights, Pure Evil, When the Night Falls, Desert.
Bingo.
Oh my God. Wait, I was gonna guess. Did you say Pure Evil or When the Night Falls?
Pure Evil. Yeah.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah. I just love that gallop. Very.
Yeah.
And when Matt Barlow came back, and I saw them at Paramount, or
Mhm.
they keep changing the name of the what used to be the Best Buy Theater. Now it's the Palladium.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
saw them there, and
Yeah.
this time he had bald hair, whereas he used to have very long red hair.
Yeah.
And they played it this time, and it was awesome.
Yeah. I love that song.
So yeah,
I think Days of Purgatory is a great
yeah,
selection of songs, and I love the re-recordings. They're just like the originals, just
yeah,
with Matt singing. They're great.
much better. Yeah.
Yeah. But man, is there a lot of great songs on this
No.
2-disc set.
So my number 6, and this is a band that I actually got in. I was a little late to the game, but I got into them thanks to Ozzy's Boneyard when I first got Sirius XM.
Mm.
Except they had just put this album out.
Also, is it with Mark Tornillo singing
It
then?
is with Mark Tanillo, yes.
Okay.
And it is the second song off of that first album with Mark Tanillo, Teutonic Terror.
Teutonic Terror, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Blood of the Nations, which is
Blood of the Nations, that's the album. Yep.
which is an amazing, amazing album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great return to form for them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 5. So we know that it was Metallica that spawned this idea for me, and just to not to give too much away, I watched a few other people's episodes, not just Pete, one or two other people, just to see what Metallica they were listening to, and
Right.
true to form, they were all into their older stuff, as
Yeah.
I am.
So
And
much.
and this song is off of their third album, Master of Puppets. Not the title track,
Okay.
but very plotting, very heavy. The
The
thing
thing
that
that should not be.
yes, yep.
Huh.
And I'm listening to that as I'm going through params. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, this is a perfect metal song.
it is.
Why don't I build an episode around this?
And that's a perfect metal album too. I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I was actually with Pete and a bunch of other guys when we saw Dream Theater cover that entire album
Oh, cool.
at the what the hell's the name of that place? The Beacon Theater in Manhattan.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
that
love that record.
that's my number five.
All right.
1 through 4, the bands are not going to be any surprise. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing the shirt for number 4.
Right.
You mentioned 2 songs by Iron Maiden. This is a song that I've always loved off of the album Power Slave.
Mm-hmm. You want me to guess that one?
Sure, why not?
Is it an obvious one or off the beaten track?
But no, probably an obvious one. Yeah,
Aces High.
Aces High. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm also into. I love airplanes, and it has a very aeronautical
Yes.
type theme to it. But
Yeah.
but also I saw them at the Hammerstein when they first got back together with Bruce, and
Oh,
they.
so did I. I was there.
Oh, you were. Do you remember
So
how freaking loud that was?
I don't remember that. I remember that they played Killers and Stranger in a Strange Land.
I just remember that it was so fucking loud.
Huh.
Aces High was almost inaudible. It was that loud. Yeah.
Do you remember what that was for? It was them getting back together, but it was that video game that they had. It was called
Yeah,
Headhunt
well, yes, they put together this CD of 20
compilation.
songs that were picked by basically us, the audience.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a fan vote.
It was a best of, and it coincided with the video game that they put out,
Right.
Headhunt.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's my number 4. Aces High.
cool. It is a perfect metal song, I would say. Totally.
Number 3, there's no surprises here. Band Slayer. I think
Okay.
it's going to be Raining Blood. I mean, that's just that.
Oh, really? I wouldn't
Yeah.
have picked that, but that's cool.
I mean, that, you know what? Granted, it's one of their more popular songs, but that's
Mhm.
an obvious great riff. And,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I've said so many times, I mean, there's a reason why these songs are the most popular to
right.
some of
Yeah,
these bands, but I,
yeah,
I just love that. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
yeah. It's very scary sounding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very evil and scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm actually I was playing it on my Spotify at my sister-in-law, brothers-in-laws, and just to kind of toy with them because they're country music people.
Oh my
And
God.
my niece chimes up, "Oh, Slayer!" So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, number 2, and this a lot of people chose this in that little survey that I did on Facebook. And
Mhm.
you know what? I agree with them. Song by Black Sabbath,
What era?
Ozzy era. I would have liked to take one by Dio, but you know what?
Mhm.
With us just losing Ozzy recently, and you know what? The classic stuff is from the Ozzy period.
Uh-huh.
And you want to know something? Priest loves Ozzy, and they play
Yeah.
this song before their curtain drops. What song is
Um,
that?
um, War Pigs.
War Pigs. Yep.
Yeah.
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 Great song.
Yep.
I think that was his attempt at being political in the early days, but a very good, poignant message.
Definitely a defining song for them. It's the
Yes.
top,
Yeah.
it's your top three. You got Paranoid, War Pigs, and
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man. Iron
Yeah,
Man. Those are the three biggest defining songs that's associated with Sabbath.
I know. And that album, but for me, War
Right.
Pigs is the best of the three.
Uh-huh.
It's the dark horse, but for me,
Yeah.
their best song. And number 1, can't leave out my favorite band, Judas Priest. This
I
is
remember
another song that a lot of people chose, and I agreed with.
that. Uh-huh.
There are so many songs that I love by Priest. This is probably not my favorite song by Priest, but
Yeah.
you know what? It is just now. I had done another episode where I talked about the heaviest songs Priest has ever done.
Oh my God. I could pick 6 right off the top of my head right now.
Go ahead.
Painkiller, Ram It Down, Free Will Burning, Rapid Fire. How many is that? 4?
That's 4, yeah.
4. Eat Me Alive and All Guns Blazing.
Oh, yeah, all great songs, yeah. Now I saw them play All Guns Blazing on the Painkiller tour, but
Mhm.
this song is the title track, Painkiller.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
amazing. It's so
I
brutal.
chose that because I love that blistering drums that Scott Travis comes in with,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and then what the sweep picking that Glenn Tipton does. It's just
Yeah, the
fantastic.
solo sections are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just
Glenn
off
just
the
kills it.
charts, off the chart shredding, you know?
Yep. So that was my 10.
Nice. I like it.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
what else do you have for us, Rich?
Oh boy. I forgot on my A list, I flipped it over. I had 3 other bands that I thought were equally important that I picked 3 other songs from.
Okay.
So you want them from the A list first?
Whatever you would like to give us, yeah.
Scorpions Blackout. Can't
Oh,
forget
I
the
love
Scorpions.
that. That's another song I love. Yep.
Can't forget about Merciful Fate. They were so important, you know, come to the Sabbath.
Right.
Of course, Dio, Don't Talk to Strangers,
I love Dio. Yeah.
right? And Ozzy, Diary of a Madman, the song.
Yeah.
What a beautiful piece of epic heavy metal music, right?
Yeah. Well, if you had said Ozzy, which I just did an Ozzy episode, my
Yeah,
number one was Over the Mountain. I love
yep.
that song.
I
Yeah.
love it too.
Yeah. That and I don't know. I love those. I love those Randy Rhoads riffs.
Yeah, yeah. And I love Jakey Lee equally, I gotta say, though. I love so much of what Jake did on those 2 records that he made with him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not to take away what Zack Ryder's done.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's tough to, you know, when you got the first 2 that set the
Did I
groundwork.
say Zack Ryder? I meant
Zach Wild, you mean?
Zach Wild.
Yeah,
I'm thinking professional wrestling.
yeah,
Oh,
Zach Wild. So my list 2 was the one where I was going for the not the obvious names so much,
sure.
or the songs. So I'm picking one of my favorite power metal bands, Stratovarius,
Oh, nice.
and the song Destiny.
Oh, I know that song. Great tune.
It's just lovely. It's
Uh,
so a feel good power metal anthem.
and it's very fast, which I love that
It
about it.
is, but then it switches gears and it turns into this beautiful ballad.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so that's perfect. You want a great power metal song? Go with that.
Okay.
Sabotage, one of my favorite bands of all times.
Yep.
Prelude to Madness into Hall of the Mountain King
Oh,
because they
nice.
are technically connected musically.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yep.
another perfect piece of music between 2 songs. So here's an interesting one. Warrant, okay?
Warrant. Yep.
The song Quicksand. It's on the
Okay.
album Dog Eat Dog.
Oh, okay.
Everybody thinks, you know, like I said, I'm always defending these bands. Everybody thinks they're all about cherry pie and heaven and, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Listen to Dog Eat Dog and listen to the song Quicksand. Just listen to the whole album. And you get a whole new perspective on Warren.
I'm putting this on my list.
So Quicksand is a ballad, but it's got a heavy edge to it, and the solo section is amazing. And Janie Lane's lyrics are just incredible. The whole album, his songwriting is incredible. So do check that out. Give him a chance.
I definitely will.
Another band who's misunderstood, Pantera, because they were not always a groove thrash band. They were a glam metal band. First 4 albums.
Really?
You didn't know that?
I wouldn't have pictured that. No.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta listen to the album Power Metal
Uh-huh.
from Pantera.
I mean,
Not power metal like we know.
Cowboys from Hell and you know and the heavy
No, this is
stuff.
pre. This is in the
Yeah.
80s.
Right.
So, and the album is called Power Metal, but it's not Halloween Power Metal. It's just called Power Metal.
Mm-hmm.
But check out the song Over and Out.
Okay.
This is exactly the song that leads into what Pantera becomes on Cowboys, which is a thrash band.
Right.
So check out the song Over and Out on the record Power Metal.
Okay.
It's perfect. It's great. My fifth one, I went with a song from the second Europe album because Europe did not start with the Final Countdown. There's 2 records before that. So you got to go with the title track to Wings of Tomorrow.
Okay.
You know that one?
No, not. I didn't really. I didn't really follow glam, and I
Oh,
I was more into the heavier stuff. I
this
mean,
is heavy. This
yeah.
will give you a new perspective on Europe because they started out playing kind of a neoclassical traditional metal.
Okay.
Listen to Wings of Tomorrow. It'll change your opinion of them.
Okay.
Went with a thrash song next. Overkill, but the song Evil Never Dies.
Nice.
Something that's got peaks and valleys, but it's still thrashy.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one? It's
Not that familiar.
on the
No.
Years of Decay.
Though I mean, I've heard a few of Overkill's albums, and I do
Yeah.
like what I've heard. So.
So yeah, Evil Never Dies. It's like it's fast, it's rapid fire, then it stops, then it picks up again.
Right.
Then it's got this little melodic break in it, and then it kicks you in the face again. It's perfect.
Okay.
Armored Saint, Reign of Fire,
Right.
right? Love the way the drums build up and then it kicks in. They got the guitar solos in the middle and the harmonies. It's perfect.
I had the pleasure of seeing them for the first time last November. They were great.
Oh, were they with Wasp?
They were with Wasp, and I liked them a little bit better than Wasp. And
Okay.
Wasp did a little faux pas at the end of the show.
Okay.
As for their backdrop, and ironically, I saw them at Hammerstein Ballroom, which is a stone's throw from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And that same night, there was a UFC event there, and the Trump family was there.
Mm.
And apparently, Blackie Lawless is a
Oh,
Trump.
he got a little political.
He put a picture of Trump on the background, and at least a few people got pissed off and walked out. But it was the last song, so.
Well, politics outside of it,
Yeah.
Wasp are great. I love that first
Yeah,
album.
they're good, but they're great. But
I would have put them on my list, but I didn't go with them right now.
I liked Armored Saint a little better. But.
Okay. So yeah, I had to put an Armored Saint song in there.
Cool.
Black Sabbath, but from the Tony Martin era, When Death Calls.
Okay.
Do you know it?
I have. Well, I did a ranking the album of Sabbath, so I have heard every album. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should really pick up that new box set that Tony Iommi did with the Tony Martin era.
Oh, okay.
It's a very underappreciated part of their history, you know?
I mean, I will say I did like his vocals. I thought
he's awesome.
I certainly thought he was more. I mean, Ian Gillan, I think, had no business recording an album with Sabbath, whereas
Really?
I didn't care for it. Whereas I think Tony Martin, he was a better fit, I thought.
Okay. I think he was a great fit following Dio because he had a similar style to Dio.
Right.
You know, Ian Gillan, it was like a rare spot in their history, but I really dig that record because it's so ominous and heavy and it just goes with the artwork. And the guitar sound is like shrieking and screeching. And it's a very evil Sabbath album. I like it. It's cool. Got a definitely different tone in the history of Sabbath, right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
My last one I threw in there was the band Nevermore.
Okay, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with them. I don't really know their catalog all that well, but I do have one or two of their albums that I've heard. But
they were from the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
Mid 2000s. Part of that, new wave of heavier, more extreme metal, like In Flames and those kind of bands, Children of Bodom, Dark Tranquillity. But their singer, Worrell Dane, had a melodic voice. A lot of those bands were like yelling and screaming. It was very coarse, But Worrell Dane had a really great singing voice. He came from the band Sanctuary.
Okay.
So I picked Nevermore. The River Dragon Has Come. It's awesome. Perfect piece of music, melodic, but it's still heavy. The solo section's ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
For more modern metal from, like I said, the late 90s, early 2000s, I had to throw in somebody. So Nevermore is great. I always love their stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for that, Rich. Now,
Hey, thanks for letting me do both lists here.
yeah,
That's
oh,
a
sure,
lot
absolutely.
to absorb, man.
I know you have a lot to talk about and you have some very good opinions. Otherwise, why would you be writing for those great publications? And
Thanks. I appreciate it.
so, what else do you have going on?
I'm doing stuff for them. So I got, what did I do for Brave Words? I reviewed the new Halloween album
Oh,
recently.
okay.
This band called Void.
Mm-hmm.
Heard of them? They're a thrash band.
Void, did you say? No, but
Void.
they
Void. Void.
okay.
They're kind of like a second generation. You remember the band Forbidden? They were a thrash band in the 80s.
Uh, doesn't ring a
Kind of like Metallica-ish.
bell. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really ring a bell.
So this band Void, they put out a record. They're really cool. I thought they were great. I did the Halloween album. I just got sent the Van Halen Balance box set that came out.
Okay.
It's got the vinyl and it's got a couple CDs with some extras, B-sides, a live concert. So I got to work on reviewing that. That's the most recent. And then I'll do one article for the Metal Hall of Fame in September.
Nice.
I'll
Okay.
start working on that because at the Metal Hall, I like to talk about all the bands that aren't inducted yet, but should be considered for whatever variety of reasons. So I'm
Right.
always doing that every couple of months. I have a bunch of articles up there you could check out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's funny. About a year ago,
Uh,
wife and I and my niece, I convinced them to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. And
right.
some people poo-poo it, but when you're actually there, it is a nice place.
Yeah.
Now, there is a section where you can voice your complaint and say, why isn't this band in there? And this is
Right.
the band that I want to see.
Mhm.
I'll give you 5 guesses as to who number one on the list is.
For you that you put complained about?
No, that not only me, but the
Oh, the
public
list
at
that you
large.
saw.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it a metal band?
yes.
Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it's got to be because Priest got inducted. Inducted. It was some kind of influence
I
or
know.
something.
I
Yeah,
know. I know. They put them under a special category.
category. Yeah, and Metallica's already in. So is Black Sabbath.
Right,
Alice Cooper's in. Yeah, he's in.
right.
Kiss,
AC/DC.
AC/DC, Deep Purple,
Right.
Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin. Right.
Yep. Well,
Uh,
Zeppelin was easy. They were going to get it
yeah.
regardless. Yeah.
Uh, but from our genre of music, who else is in yet? That's about it, right?
Rush got in.
Rush. That's right. Okay.
Yes got in.
Okay. So
Jim.
no Scorpions yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's
What
another.
blows my mind. So Pete and I went to the induction the year that it was Deep Purple,
Yeah.
Chicago, and Cheap Trick, and I'm thinking to myself, how did
Mm.
Cheap Trick get in ahead of all these other great bands?
Yeah, I know.
Blows my mind.
I know, because don't they have like a 25-year thing or something like that? It's a requirement or something.
I
But
don't know.
these bands are 30, 40, 50 years already into their career, so
Yeah. Well, so was Iron Maiden.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's weird their selections every year.
But hopefully your Metal Hall of Fame is a better place.
I
Hopefully.
mean, they're every year they try and put in, I think, 5 or 7 or 8 bands
Uh-huh.
every year, and it sticks within the family of hard rock and heavy metal.
Cool.
Even if you're an influence like Lou Gramm from Foreigner was inducted as and obviously an influence from Foreigner,
Interesting. Wow. Hmm.
because not everybody's technically hard rock and of course not metal, but their musical history has a connection. Like,
Right.
of course, Foreigner with those, the harmonies and the melodies and the guitars,
They have
right?
a few hard rock songs, though.
Yeah, they do. But as an influence, you could put in there Foreigner, Journey, Styx, those kind of bands.
Uh-huh.
right?
It's so funny. So when I was in high school, we used to
Mhm.
take the bus to school every day, and when I got to school, there was a bunch of metalheads at that time that kind of got me into Black Sabbath,
Uh-huh.
and I had never heard them on the radio. It was all through their boombox.
Yeah.
And then I had this friend. He brings his boombox on the radio on the bus one day, and he starts blasting Foreigner. I'm like, Foreigner, seriously?
Well, you see my point though, how
Yeah,
how they were like under the influence category.
right. Yeah.
So
Oh,
anybody like
I see that. Yeah.
anybody like a Journey or a Neil Schon or a
Right.
Styx, somebody like that, it would have to be some kind of an influence because of rock or hard rock guitar, you know?
Oh, sure. No, it's like, so my son took me to a concert. One of the bands he likes. I don't
Mm,
know if you ever heard of Steve Malcolmus, I,
no.
but in any event, I had never heard his music, and we're at this place in Brooklyn, and
Mm,
I can hear definite influences of old Yes in
okay.
his music. So,
Yeah.
oh, I can see the crossovers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But it's mostly primarily, you're not getting any lighter than the glam metal band. So
Right.
anybody from, Rat and Poison and Dokken and all those bands all the way up to extreme metal like death metal and black metal. So they cover all genres of, the categories.
So for this project that I'm doing, this album a day, so I've really tried to up my knowledge with thrash metal
Yeah.
and prog rock, old prog rock. So
Yeah.
it looks like I'm gonna have to do more glam metal. Sounds like. Yeah.
Take those suggestions, like I said, the Europe song, the Warrant.
Yep.
Who else did I say? Somebody else. Europe,
So
Warrant,
you said Pantera, Void.
Pantera, they were a glam band, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you listen to their early records and you'll be surprised where their roots come from.
Right.
You can't just know them from their MTV hits.
True. I mean, I've heard the early Motley Crue, and I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I,
the first two records, Too Fast for Love and
yeah.
Shout at the Devil, are metal records.
Yeah.
You know,
I have no qualms about it.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Even the first four Bon Jovi records before John got into the '90s and he cut his hair, and
Right.
he started getting a little more just traditional rock. You listen to those riffs and those solos that Richie Sambora played on the earlier stuff, and they're pretty hard rocking.
Now, here's a little known fact. In the early 80s, I saw the Scorpions at the Garden. They
Yeah,
had a little known band opening for them called
it was Bon
Bon
Jovi.
Jovi. Yeah.
Yeah, they opened up for Kiss. They opened up for Rat.
Yeah. They,
Yeah,
they were very good. I
yeah,
mean, the only song I knew was She's a Little Runaway at that time. It was
yeah.
before any of his other radio hits, and he really took off. But
Oh yeah, yep. Again, another case. You listen to the deep tracks and you'll get a different perspective.
yeah, sure. I got it.
Yeah,
Okay. So this has been a lot of fun.
and a
Uh,
lot to absorb, man. A
yeah.
lot.
So Rich and I were talking before we signed on here, and we are going to come back at some point in the future. We're going to give you some kind of rendition of our top metal albums. I'm not sure how I'm going to divide that up just yet, but
Mhm.
we'll talk about that offline, and stay tuned for that in future. What else do I? Tomorrow I have the premiere of my 90 minutes of Metallica, and I put this very funny cover together. So check that out, everybody. It's already out there, and you know, trying to experiment, doing a few different things here and there. So
Mhm. Nice. Are you a fan of like the Load, Reload, and Saint Anger era?
not really.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm
Agree.
little
I agree.
spoiler. There is one song off of Load, but that's
Okay.
about it. And Saint Anger, I think, is garbage.
It
So
is total garbage.
yeah.
Total garbage. I remember I bought it
Uh-huh.
and threw it in the garbage the same day I bought it. I swear to God, I bought it. I listened to it once and I threw it in the trash. I was like,
No,
"What is this?"
it's funny. A lot of people said that his drum sounded like he was hitting a trash can, and I I,
Literally.
I couldn't believe it until I actually listened to it myself. Yeah, these
Yeah, it's
people are
awful.
right. Awful.
I can't. I can't.
Whereas their more recent stuff isn't that bad.
No, the last two albums have been pretty solid.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
cool. Thanks for having me, man.
oh, sure. My pleasure.
And I'll see
Definitely
you
would like
again.
to
And
have you
thanks
back.
everybody, that goes to check out any of my stuff at Brave Words or Metal Asylum or the Metal
Uh,
Hall of Fame. Thanks for checking it out.
Um, why don't you tell us what you got going on with Sea of Tranquility?
Um, so Pete over there, we do two shows. One is called the New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal,
Right.
which is usually monthly. Maybe it's every other month, where we
Uh-huh.
talk about all those bands that have been out there for God, 15 years now and more already. That's how long the new wave of traditional heavy metal's been around. So we
I
talk.
appreciate that you guys are doing that, keeping the metal alive. Yeah.
Thanks. So we talk about bands like Striker, Haunt, Skullfist, Enforcer, Night Demon, who people probably know because they opened up for Blind Guardian about a year or two ago.
Okay.
So all those kind of bands. There's a whole wave of those bands out there. And then with John, me and Pete and John from Lair of the Alchemist, his channel,
Right.
we've been doing album rankings of the bands that are kind of more underground from the 80s that didn't quite become household names. So stuff like Vicious Rumors, Hellstar, Virgin Steel, Obsession, all those bands that you've seen on MTV, you've seen them maybe back in the day, but they never broke out to being a mainstream name. So we've been getting into their histories and ranking their records.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
So yeah,
got
busy man with the music, busy.
Yep. Good to stay busy. Yep.
It's all
Otherwise,
good.
get bored.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yep. Well, all right then. So
Yeah.
again, thank you for coming on board with me tonight, and well, I'm sure we'll have you back in the future. And until then, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night, and we'll speak soon.
Thanks,
Jack
guys.
Giordano for Rich Catino. Have a good night, all.
Night.
Bye.